everyone, Hillary here from the Cookie Countess. If you haven't heard, it's our 10-year anniversary. I can't believe it's been 10 years since I first opened my Etsy store selling stencils. And my God, so much has happened in the past 10 years. It's hard to take it all in and believe how we got from there to here. But we were trying to figure out a good way to do a retrospective on those 10 years. And Emily, who does our social media marketing, thought, let's go back to the beginning. Let's look at your Facebook page from when you first started it and see what journey it takes us on. And oh my God, what a journey. So we sat down for quite a while yesterday, her and I, going through our Facebook page and reliving all those amazing moments. So we thought we'd share that with you. It's a little bit long, but hey, it's 10 years. So grab a coffee, grab a glass of wine, and let us know what you think. And let us know if you were there 10 years ago. I know a lot of you were. So thank you so much for everybody that has given the Cookie Countess so much support over the years. Thank you to all our followers, all of our customers, all of the amazing people of the cookie community. Thank you to our employees who have made the Cookie Countess what it is. It is not just me. It is so much more than me. So I'm really excited to share the journey with you. And thank you for 10 great years. All right. I have made it to the very bottom of the Facebook page. I'm on my computer. Looking at the very first Facebook post I ever did.
Ooh.
May 17th, 2011. This is the first time I got brave enough to post something on Facebook in public. And it is a Alice in Wonderland set. And I'm going to be honest, I don't remember who I made these for. I do remember. I made it for a neighbor who was having a tea party. Did you remember that now? This was actually, these are the first cookies I ever made. So this was for my son's second birthday. So this is the first time I ever made cookies. And there was only about, I don't know, maybe 20 people coming to his party. And I made about 98 cookies because I didn't know anything about anything.
What was the hardest thing that happened during that first cookie set?
I think it was getting the red to be red, and then the consistency was hard. Figuring out the consistency. Like you can see everything's a little wonky. Like, oh, I see some bleeding over here. Gotta start somewhere. Right? Oh, I loved these cookies. I made these for my mom for Mother's Day. And then I was really proud of myself because it was like the first time I ever used a prop, and I put them in a pearl necklace and earring box.
Oh, cute.
And I think that's the first time I ever painted anything gold. So that happened. All right, we're going to be here all day unless I speed up a little. Oh, funny story with these cookies. Made this for Father's Day. And see how the clouds look like burnt popcorn? Because I made it for my dad, and then they were coming over for Father's Day, like lunch or something. And I put it in the oven for safekeeping. The next day, preheated the oven to make food. So we had twice baked cookies for Father's Day.
New recipe coming to the blog soon.
Yes.
So this is all also before you ever used a stencil, right?
Yeah, this is
before the creation.
But I did have a copy cake. Well, I brought one in. You saw it. I showed it to
projector.
You guys. Yeah, projector. I did a lot of logo work for a corporate client, which was fun, but very hard. That definitely helped me improve my cookie skills. These are probably one of my favorite sets I made early on because they were for a local magazine and it took a lot of detail and every cookie was different. Don't ever do that. But I was very proud of myself after these cookies. This cookie was a horrific cookie to make, but I still love it. I made a Words with Friends cookie when that was like a big thing. Try to do that without getting craters. There are some craters in there.
Those are all individually piped squares?
Uh-huh. Oh, okay. So this is when I bought my first airbrush machine. This was 2013. All right. So we've advanced quite a bit here. February 2013. Oh no, these are the first cookies I made that I used an airbrush on. And I really loved, got excited about how the shading, a lot of overspray. I didn't have the magic screen. I still use this technique today though, where you like spray it with the airbrush. I mean, you stencil it and then you spray the same color over and it kind of hides the overspray. Oh, look at the comment. Simple eggs airbrushed over a stencil. I can see how this airbrush thing might get addicting.
Fun.
I wrote it there. March 10th, 2013. These are the cookies that launched the Cookie Countess career. It also is probably the one and only time I perfected puffy icing. Look
Ooh,
at that. That puff is like
those look really good.
chef's kiss. All right, so see that tire track? That tire track was unusual at the time. I bought the stencils from a body art stencil company
Okay,
for like when people do temporary tattoos,
got it.
and I was using them on cookies. Yeah, everybody, the comments are all like asking about the tire track. So then this is when Callie from Sweet Sugar Belle, she said, "Hey, that's cool. How did you do that? Do you want to write a guest blog for me?" And I was like, "Yeah, I have done it once. I would love to write an expert blog." Callie trusted me, and that was really, really, really sweet of her. This one, trying to show people different ways that you could use a stencil and have it look cool. And these, I thought, I still like these. I still think they're cute. I did like a double layer panda bear. Yeah. So I was selling craft stencils in the beginning and then I quickly started selling my own stencils. Is the first time I went to CookieCon. Look at that. You don't have the stencils. I made these like little sheets for people to look at to pick out what stencils they wanted.
Wow.
And I was worried that I wasn't going to sell enough to even pay for my airfare, and they sold out. It was a big hit. The first product we ever actually sold was the Not a Cookie. Oh, and magnets. I started selling magnets, I think, soon after this too. So this was the first time that the post office gave me a bin to put my orders in that I would bring to the post office. I used to bring them just in an IKEA bag. And they said, you know, you could get it. We give you a bin and then you can like hand it to us and we'll give you an empty one. I was like, oh my God, I've made the big time now. And Stencil Scraper was the first other product the Cookie Countess made. About that. Before I invented the Stencil Scraper, I was using a plastic yogurt container lid that I cut into the shape I wanted because I liked the flexibility of it. And we still make them. They have not changed design in 9 years, however long it's been. And it was after this trade show that John decided to quit his job and come work with me because I was getting so busy. I couldn't just do it by myself. And then we went to that trade show together. And he gave his notice at his job soon thereafter. And that was a little bit scary, but exciting, you know, because then it was like, whoa, our whole family is the Cookie Countess. We didn't start carrying any other products for a little while. And then the Stencil Genie came out. I didn't have it on my site right in the beginning, but I do remember it sold out like in the first day. Soon after John joined, like 6 months later, we moved back to Rhode Island, which is where we're both from. Then soon after that, we hired our first official employee, which was Aline. And I remember the day John said to her, maybe like a year after she was working for us, he said, you know, one day there's going to be a big staff and you're going to run it. Well, that would be amazing. But he's like, no, for real, that's going to happen. He was right.
Manifesting.
Now she
Yeah, it's real.
All right, so this was a huge moment. This is when we launched our airbrush machine. So this was a big moment because this actually took some like R&D and like took a lot of forethought. We had to figure out how much do we want to order, or like how do we do the packaging. So that was a big day though. Yeah, I was designing stencils like crazy. John was shipping orders. Aline was shipping orders. Yeah, so this is when we first started doing our airbrush colors, which is very exciting. Oh, and we tried to have an app at one point. It's in the archives. It didn't quite work out the way we wanted. We tried 2 different things and we had to scrap it in the end. All right, so this was another huge milestone. We introduced the precision rolling pin. So that was super exciting. That was August 2017. So this was something that took a year in development, believe it or not, because we had a whole bunch of other products that we were trying to figure out how to do like this. Like, how can we make rolling out cookies better, like with one product? And since then, we've added a third size, and now we have spinning handles. In the beginning, it was one solid piece. I actually prefer the solid piece, but most people want the spinning handles, so mine still has the solid handles, which I like better. I think so. This is while we were still working out of our house. We actually did a summer subscription box. And so we did test a subscription box. That was while we were still at home. But then that fall, we moved into our first warehouse. Look, this is my first meme I ever made. I think I felt pretty clever that day.
It's a really good one.
It's a good one, right? Then we had a few employees, and I decided to teach them all how to make cookies one day. So that was kind of fun. Then we moved into our first warehouse, which was like another really scary step. It looked so big. It looked like the Taj Mahal. I mean, except it was concrete. But 2 years later, we had to move out. I think because it was so crowded. Look, here's my second meme. Cookie Con. So a lot of Cookie Cons happened. Always fun. All right, 2019, we started the cookie subscription prescription. And originally it had me as like a nurse. Did you ever see this picture? With the little cookie cutter stethoscope. It's pretty cute. It's funny. And this is all 2019, like super busy, like adding lots of new products, adding new colors, adding gel colors. And then COVID hit. Yeah, we moved and we introduced the counter cover at the same time, which is still one of my favorite products that we've done. Everyone, that and like the rolling pin. I think because they are truly very original products. And then we just, more stencils, more cookies, more everything. We hired a lot of people that year. Went from 10 employees in April 2019 to 20 employees November 2020. Yes, we had to hire a lot during the pandemic, which was interesting to hire people when they were wearing masks. I think we did the magic screen. All right, and then we started selling egg cartons, which I personally, believe it or not, didn't think they were going to sell. And I was like, oh, you guys ordered egg cartons? All right, we'll see. I was so wrong. Last winter was the first winter we came out with the printed bag, so that was really fun. So 2021, we really started getting into packaging. Designed the cube. Liz and John mostly did that. Liz really did a great job on the packaging. We did the printed bags. I love the printed bags. They're so cute. And then we invented the Max, the Royal Max. That was John's baby. Well, it took me about half an hour to look at 10 years worth of Facebook pictures. Well, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you for watching. Thank you for coming along on the ride with us. And thank you for 10 amazing years.